Grand Canyon National Park, South Kaibab Trail. It's 7.1 to Phantom Ranch. It was quite hilarious. The bus driver was stating that the hike to Phantom Ranch is not a day hike. Well, I'll be doing that today and I'll be back before noon. But the elevation, you're looking between 2,400 and 7,260 feet of difference. So that's close to 5,000 feet. And why don't we get started? The sun's rising, it's full moon, it's a glorious day. What's great about starting just when the sun's coming up on the hike, you get a good perspective of the trail. I haven't been able to do this because my hikes I've always started at night. But today's kind of relaxing. Well, for me it's relaxing. For others it's deathly. But you get a nice view of what it's like to hike this. I mean, your first steps are downhill, and it's downhill the entire time. You get to see what the switchbacks look like. Cutting through the mountain. The trail goes that way around to the first observation point. What an amazing sunrise. And not all sunrises are equal in the Grand Canyon. This is one of my better ones for sure. Look at the trail. Here's one of your rest stops. And then the trail cuts all the way across. Cedar Ridge. Now you're moving into this red, which is Hermit Shale. You can see that the trail goes along through here. And then you get here and then it's a steep drop, a bunch of wiggles, and then it heads down to the Colorado River. How's my sunrise looking? Past Hermit Shale, that brightly red colored rock, move to a lower part. You actually cut across this plateau and you can see the trail zigzag. That's steep stuff right there. Once you get down there, it connects with Tonto and then you can head straight to Phantom Ranch. Spring is near. Grand Canyon does get very green in the spring like it does right now. Lots of flowers. If there's a lot of water over the winter. We didn't get a whole lot, but you could tell the canyon is different. The Grand Canyon also gets hot. It was 30 degrees this morning, but they're calling for 88 at Phantom Ranch as a high today, which is why I'm starting to hike early, and I generally hike early. You can't do this hike in the summer. You know, May's probably the last month you really want to try to do this unless you're hiking at night or unless you know what you're getting yourself into. It can easily be 110 at Phantom Ranch in June. Sometimes even in May. You get a really big heat wave. Okay, this is Skeleton Point. This is the last spot where they want day hikers to go. Because, I mean, it's just straight down from here. When Skeleton Point said straight down, it means straight down. I mean, you zigzag all the way down there. That's an easy, solid 1,000-foot drop. But you also get your first glimpse of the Colorado River. As I mentioned, it's spring in the canyon. Gotten around Skeleton Point. Just gonna cut across here, and down there is the one last stretch to get down to the Colorado River. He wants to stay on trail because he wants something out of my pack. Some bikers starting to head up. They're backpackers. Tonto Trail, if you recall in my other videos, I've taken the Tonto from Hermit to Bright Angel. Tonto is one of the longest trails here in the Grand Canyon. It is over 80 miles in length and goes east to west. We're making great time, enjoying the hike. Of course, it's all downhill. It's fun when it's downhill, right? It's fun uphill too, you just sweat more. Can you hear it? No, not the bird. The mighty Colorado. There's the trail. You might be thinking, Brandon, where are all the people? Well, I emailed the Grand Canyon and I told them to have no one on the trail for my video. I'm kidding, I'm good, but I'm not that good. Look, bottom line is, people really just don't hike. They don't hike this. It's spring. I've seen a few campers, but I'm one of the only day hikers. Look, if you want the Grand Canyon experience, and you want to see that, and you want to experience how incredible this place is, then get off the rims and hike it. Remember my hike on Fortification Hill? More of these great smelling cacti. Lots of blooms. It's been a wet winter down here apparently. The bridge to cross in Kaibab. And you get to see burrows. Yes, one of the ways to come up and down the canyon. You know, it's up to you. I mean, you can ride an ass. You deal with that hyperbole. I have never seen the Colorado this green before. It's quite calm. We have crossed the mighty Colorado. Down there is the Bright Angel Bridge, and we're on our way to Phantom Ranch, just another half mile. Phantom Ranch. You know what sounds good right now? A fresh lemonade. I don't hike here for the lemonade, but it's one of the perks. Your fabulous choice of selections at Phantom Ranch. My personal favorite, the lemonade. Time for a bagel as well. Need some carbs. And the approval. Very good. Nothing like some lemonade. Great time at Phantom Ranch. Gotta head back up. But don't worry, I got an extra lemonade. Before we go up, got a bit of a surprise. This is where the creek merges with the Colorado. heads downstream towards Lake Mead. But, you know, the Colorado is incredibly dangerous. Look how fast that water is. But there is a small pocket of water up here where you actually can enjoy the river. But it's not much, and you can't go far out, but just enough for my toes to get wet. Here's your beach. You can only go a little far out. Look how fast that water is moving. You cannot cross the Colorado unless you prefer death. So I'm gonna go about 2 feet out, get my feet wet, chill, and then start heading back up. Okay, enough fun jumping in water and horse playing around, kids. I'm afraid we've got to head back up now. But don't worry, I still got some lemonade. Although, I have a feeling after about 4 switchbacks it'll be gone. Okay, we're almost to the first drop off here, first level. We're doing good. I have passed a lot of day hikers now, which is stupid. I'll tell you why. If you start at 8, you get at Phantom Ranch at, well, they probably start at 7. They get there at 10, and then decide to hike up at what time? 1 o'clock. So for the next 6 hours, because they're not fast, they're going to get it and get punished. You can't start this hike at 8 or 9 in the morning. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Get up early. Up there is Skeleton Key. Gotta cut across. That's Yaki Point. The good thing is I've done really well. It's been about an hour since I left the Colorado. I've made great time. It's been really warm, but it's cooling off, and more importantly, a breeze. So, time to push it. More day hikers going down. I did Skeleton Point in 26 minutes. I said that's pretty good. I'm pretty tired, but finally get to this ridge. Gotta head up there, cut across. Another 20, probably 2,600 feet of elevation gain, I'd say, but a little bit of a breeze. It's cooled off. Feeling good. My lunch spot. This is my view. Down there is the Bright Angel. And that is to Plateau Point. Kaibab is 7 miles, or it's 3 miles shorter than Bright Angel. And you can see why. Look how much more elevation I'm up. And you are going to have to do that on Bright Angel, but it's much further away. At this point, I am probably about 2.8 miles to go. And that's all the elevation I got to do from here. That's the way. Okay. Gone through the toughest part. Now it just cuts across and goes straight up. Makes this trail tough is the steps are steep. And that's how you lose your breath. Just those wiggles, and that's it. Alright, we're back up. Talk about consistency. 2 hours and 30 minutes down, an hour and a half having fun at Phantom Ranch, drinking my lemonade, having my bagel, and swimming in the Colorado River. And 2 hours and 53 minutes up. That's by far the fastest time I've ever done the Kaibab. Problem is that it's steep and you got big steps, so it burns you out. I got really burned out, but my time still was really good. I got some new electrolytes, and boy, does it make a difference. But wow, what another great adventure. I love coming to the Grand Canyon. I love hiking this. And the lemonade is worth it. Till next time.